Hey guys, myself Shivang this side, working as a DevRel at Router Protocol, and I welcome you to the Module 4 of Understanding Router Chain course. In this module, we'll be understanding about the workflow of router chain. So let's get started. First, we'll be talking about generating and sending a cross-chain request. So the below steps outline the process of generating and sending a cross-chain request using Router Protocol. First of all, the first point is initiating a cross-chain action. A user triggers a cross-chain action on the source chain application smart contract, which then calls the isend function on the router gateway contract. Event emission. The gateway contract then emits an event on the source chain, which is picked up by the orchestrators on the router chain. Fee deduction. After validating the event, the router chain deducts a fee from the fee pair address associated with the DApp on router chain. Request is sent to the bridge contract. The request is sent to the application's bridge contract on the router chain, where the source contract address is validated and the custom logic is applied. Now, as you can see, we are having an architecture diagram of how the entire process happens on router chain. We'll be diving it into. So, as you can see, the green line denotes the acknowledgement workflow and red line denotes the source to destination workflow. First, we'll be catering to the red line. As you can see in the source chain, we are having the application contract. As the user makes a request, the isend function is initiated and it makes a request to the gateway contract. As a request is made to the gateway contract, it just directly goes to the orchestrator on router chain. Router chain orchestrators listen to the sent event emitted by the gateway contract and validates it on the router chain. After this, the event is started to get validated and the fee is deducted from it as by the fee pair address which is associated with the smart contract. After this, the event is forwarded to the middleware contract, which goes through the application specific bridge contract and applies the middleware logic and generates an outgoing request. After this, as you can see, it goes to the relayer, which picks up the transaction and sends it to the execution on the destination chain. After this, it goes to the target chain, and on the target chain, it first goes to the gateway contract. After that, an iReceive function is emitted, which basically shows that the request has been received. Now talking about the acknowledgement workflow, which is denoted by the green line. As you can see, router chain orchestrator listens to the acknowledgement event emitted by the gateway contract and validates it on the router chain. After that, it accesses the fee refunded, and as you can see, then the relayer picks up the acknowledgement transaction and sends it back to the source chain. And when it just goes to the gateway contract of the source chain, it just directly goes to the application specific smart contract and an acknowledgement function is emitted. Now talking about generating and sending an acknowledgement, which we have just covered, but we'll be talking about it. So emit acknowledgement event. After the iReceive function completes on the destination chain, the gateway contract on that chain emits an acknowledgement event. This event is detected by the orchestrators on the router chain. Process acknowledgement on router chain. Transfer relayer incentives plus fee consumed to the relayer address. Also refund outgoing transaction fee plus fee consumed to the bridge contract on router chain. Also talking about the send acknowledgement to bridge contract. The process acknowledgement is sent to the application's bridge contract on the router chain. As you can see, here's again the acknowledgement workflow. We have a target chain, and on the target chain we have a gateway smart contract. The router chain orchestrator listens to the acknowledgement event and it just goes to the orchestrators. After that, there are a couple of processes which happen. Attestation module validates this particular event, and after that it goes to the relayer. Relayer receives the fee consumed and along with it the incentives, as well as the excess fee is refunded to the application specific bridge contract, and after that the outbound module forwards the acknowledgement to the middleware smart contract. Thank you, and let's meet in the another module.